All right, today you're going to prepare for your drawing unit. And so as you can see, I will be having you use Microsoft Word and having you grab an image from the internet today. Once you've gone through this process, you can definitely use a picture or an image on a digital device at home or scan an actual photo so you have a digital copy of it to use. But I want to talk to you about pictures on the internet. So this one here of Tom Brady, if you look at the numbers down below, 240 by 320, that means it's a lower resolution or less pixels, and so it's going to be more pixelized because what we're going to be doing is just cropping out and just kind of doing from the chest up for our portraits. And so if you look at this number, that is a very high resolution photo. So if it were a picture of him like full body and you just wanted to do this part, then you can enlarge that and have a better image. So if I wanted to, I would double click on this, and then once I have this image, then I would copy the image and paste it to Microsoft Word. However, I am going to be selecting a picture of my son to use today. So I'm going to go to Computer and My Pictures, and then I am going to copy and paste a picture of my child. And so the first thing that you're going to need to do is to crop your image. So if I double click on this photo, you can see a ribbon. And steps 3 and 4 are over here. You can see the cropping, you can see the dimension. And then later on, once we've cropped, we will be working with color and corrections. So the toolbar disappears. You can see it's a different ribbon. So to activate it, all you need to do is just double click on your image. Before I do anything, I'm going to go to this text wrapping here because in Word versus PowerPoint, you have to activate your image so that you can actually move it on the screen because it will lock. So now I can move this. So before I do anything, I'm going to shrink this a little bit so you can see it's a really big image. It takes up the full sheet of paper. So I'm going to go through and grab the cropping tool, and I'm going to crop so that it's basically chest up. And then I'm going to click in this white space. And I'm going to increase the size so that I can see this a little bit better. So when I double click on the picture, you can see that it's 3.97 by 3.13. We want it slightly bigger than 4 by 5. So I can just go through and start to increase, or if I want to enlarge a photo, only pull from the corners. Never pull from the side or the top because then you're going to have a weird image. It's not going to look natural. So if I look at this, it's bigger than I need, so I'm going to try to get down to something that's better or more similar. So 5.2, 4.1, it's slightly bigger, it's fine. So now I'm going to go through and activate the photo again, come over and change it to color. We want grayscale, okay, and then it's a pretty dull picture. This would not be a good image to draw. There's too many of the same grays. It doesn't seem very dynamic. It doesn't have that wow factor. So go to corrections, and I don't want you to choose the preset ones. I want you to go down and play with picture corrections. And then you can use the up and down arrow to brighten or the slide. So I'm going to brighten a little bit, and then I'm going to work on some contrast, which is a difference between the values in this case. So if you had extreme contrast, that's just black and white. We don't want just black and white. If you had no contrast, that's no difference. So you want to look at having a more dynamic image. So you want the highlights. I want the deep shadows. I'm going to lessen the brightness. And then I have a little bit more of an interesting photo to work with. And I might want a little bit more texture in his hair showing in here too. But the face is important, the eyes are important, so I have to play around. until I get what I want. I'm going to pause it first. All right, so now that I've selected the brightness, the contrast that I want, it is time to change the layout of the paper. So if you can see, I have a vertical or an up and down photo on a portrait page, a vertical page, and I need to be able to fit two of them comfortably. So I'm going to go through and change the page layout and orientation to landscape. So now that this one's all set, and double check before I do anything that my image is a little bit bigger than 4x5 or 5x4, I will copy and I will paste. And now I have two images. So what I'm going to ask you to do is double click at the very top of the page. You'll get your header, and then I want you to go ahead and put your name and then period, your period number. If you forget to do that, then you can handwrite it before you turn it in, but it'll help me organize. Okay, and then you're ready to print. So then you will go to print, and then you will choose the printer from this drop-down menu that matches. So maybe MC Laser, it might be IH408 laser. It just depends on which computer lab we're in. And then to save it, you would need to go to your computer, and then you will go to your, your H drive. So there's Badero, you'll have your initials and then the H drive, and then you can save it under your first and last name here. Okay, once that's saved and printed, then you can log off your computer and get that turned in. And then if you decide you want to look for an image at home, you're welcome to do that, but you have the rest of the class to get this done and turned in before you exit, before you leave today. Make sure you choose somebody that you're going to want to look at for a week. It'll be more fun for you.